remember. Oh, I remember. Yo, people, welcome back to another 3 Men and a Vape show. I have just been smelling my fingers, as my brother has been telling you. It wasn't like that. I was telling him to shush. The dirty little people that they are. The desktop, yeah, the desktop's moving. We're all right. I think we are live. I think we're all okay. It's been one of those days, people. We are missing one of our casters, which is Simon. He's at some sort of jamboree playing with his coilies or something. That's what he said last week. Anyway, we are joined by my wonderful brother, SOULOHM, and the regular, the same caster as me, the wonderful Salford Vapor. Salford, we didn't have a show last week, so it's been 2 weeks. How are you, brother?
Crap. Wrong time of year for me.
I thought you said wrong time of month.
No, that time's always the wrong time of month. Always. No, you see, this time of year all my allergies kick in and me fatigue goes and what have you, so there's been no reviews or that like that, because I'm trying to do things and then after 10 minutes. So I'm crap. So if I fall asleep, it's not my fault. It's down to the histamine.
It's the histamine. Isn't that a song by somebody with a lisp? It's a mystery.
Oh, yeah.
It's the histamine. Dear brother, I haven't seen you for 2 weeks either because I didn't do the show with you last week. How are you, dear brother?
I'm all right, matey. I am all right. Hello, everyone in chat. Hello. Yes,
I'm sorry if we're a little bit pixelated. We're probably not, but on my side we are. I'm having a bit of janky internet day, I think. I think it's just one of them days with the internet. In fact, I normally have janky internet all the time, to be honest with you. Well, it's I'm going to say Monday then, but it's a Wednesday. We're still on Wednesdays. It's a little bit of a free-for-all today, as the actually says. We're just going to roll with it and see how it takes us. We will come into chat in a little while, and obviously not come into chat, but we'll come and talk to chat in a little while. I'll tell you what, let's start with you, Salford. What are you vaping on, brother?
Well, I've just got the notifications. You know we live?
Are we?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've just gone live.
Just make sure everybody joins in then.
I'm on the gate as normal with my own tobacco in. Found some big boy coils today that I forgot I had mouth to lung, so I changed the coil in it.
Nice.
Very, very nice. The Kelpie, and it's not the light bending one. It's not the light bending one. Yeah.
You're liking the Kelpie?
I like the airflow. This last coil I put in today is giving me a bit better flavour. I love the restriction of the airflow on it. I do. It's one of them things, isn't it? It's either wide open on a lot, and you have to cut it down, cut it down, and cut it down to get a bit of restriction. Where that wide open's got that restriction right away, and it's a good restriction as well. The Kyling 2 on. Look, my old Rulo. You can tell I've been shifting things and finding mods I forgot I had.
No wrong with that at all.
Past.
A message from Dave sponsors. Don't forget 88 vapes. I tell you what, they kitted you out, didn't they? You got a full. Did you see it, Mark?
No.
You got a full setup. You got
I've got a hoodie coming. I've got a hoodie coming, but I'm not big. They don't sell them on site at that size. I don't have one made for me.
Well, they give you their own pound shop as well.
What? I'm on the Bumbus as well.
You bumming what?
Later, Mark. Later. Stop getting excited. I've told you before.
You know,
I thought it was me. It was going to bring down the show. You know what I mean? It's all. Well,
didn't expect
oh, don't tell me you're on the passage as well.
That's later.
Later, that's after the show, man. On the Bumbus, which I find really good. I find the flavour from this is absolutely corking.
That's what he said.
Who needs Simon when Mark's about?
Exactly. That's what she said as well.
Terrible. You know, everything I thought about Mark has just changed in the last 5 minutes.
That's what she said.
I'm on the ISO B still as well. Oh dear.
Still a nightmare as well, that tank to fill.
If you're used to the ISO V, it's really easy. But you've got, did you have the ISO B?
Yeah, I've had all the ISubs. It's just, to me, it's that bit. It's got a tiny little lip, and you've got to hold it on while you're pushing down and filling it. And eventually, you know yourself, that spring-loaded...
oh, yeah, they go.
It's going to go. I just think it would be a fantastic tank if you just had a sliding top.
Oh, yeah, sliding top would have been fantastic. The only thing with it is, we all know tanks are not built to last, are they? You know, they're pretty much disposable these days, aren't they? If you get 6 months out of one, well, we won't, because we're always changing them anyway, aren't we? If we get 6 months out of one, we're doing well. The only other thing I'm on, besides a couple of the pod systems, is my usual, the recurve with the goat on top.
Are you getting on with that goat? I still haven't got one. I've been still tempted to get one.
I love it, Mark. It's been since I got the goat. I've been using the goat every day since. I've changed it, obviously, and put the dead goat in the top cap and the deck. But it's never ever been left and not used a day since I got it. I love it.
I'm still tempted. I really am tempted. I know it's sort of like,
well,
obviously I'd want it as the dead goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd have to buy the goats, then buy the dead goat cap and what have you. And the only other things was the EQ and this Nord. And I love the Nord. I really do. I think it's a fantastic little pod system. But it's definitely not mouth to lung.
No.
Well, that's the Salford Vapor over and done with. We will pass it over to my wonderful brother. How you doing, SOULOHM? You've just got a review out as well, haven't you?
Literally about 2-3 minutes ago, yeah.
So where can we find this review?
Rushed home from work. I did my 5-mile bike ride while watching a couple of reviews. Run downstairs, had something to eat. Run back upstairs, had a shower. Literally recorded the FaceTime part. I'd already done the up and closey bit. Edited all that together. Made a thumbnail and shoved it up. And here we are now.
Shoving things up again.
And that's what she said.
So, you know when you said you've been for a 5-mile bike ride, do you actually mean one of them static bikes?
Yeah, static bike, yeah.
See, that means a different thing here in Salford.
What, a static bike?
No, yeah, there's a few of them as well.
It's ace. I've got it in front bedroom, like, and I've wired up one of them things that hold my phone, so I can watch my reviews while I'm...
Just think if you get a dynamo on it, you'll be able to charge it as well.
Yeah. Hey, nah, don't tell Jan that.
Think of what you're going to be saving.
So yeah, absolutely shattered. Right, what am I on? I am on the Keen Mechanical Mod with the Rebirth on top of there.
Love the review for that, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I've not seen it yet.
Honestly, I did say it, and I didn't want to sort of like get into trouble by saying it, but this I will class as the working man's mech. If you're into your mechs, this is well worth purchasing. It's an everyday kind of mech, this one. So yeah, really impressed, and it's under £100. So in fact, I've seen it for £55, the copper version. So
it's not bad at all, is it?
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's as comfy as oak, no matter where you hold it. Stan absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. Brilliant. In that, I've got IVG Tropical Berry. I've nearly finished this, and the only way I can explain what it's like, it smells like Expo.
Yeah, I know that Expo smell.
If you've ever been to Expo, as soon as you walk through them that corridor and that smell hits you. Yeah. And that's the best way of explaining that. So I'm on that. What's just come up for review is the Sky Solo Plus from Vaporesso. Enjoying that. Nice little pen style sub-on kit. It's got a mesh coil on inside. What is it? 0.8 ohm mesh coil. Good flavour. Good vapor. Yeah, overall not a bad little bit of kit, to be fair. So yeah, on that one. In that, I've got the Vape Star Ink Red Lace. The last bit of that. What else am I on? I'm on the Minikin V3,
yeah.
the weird one. I'm getting more liking this. The more I use it, the more I like it. When I first got it, I didn't like it because it just felt a bit uncomfortable in the right hand. It's more designed for being left-handed.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. How are you getting on with that?
To be honest with you, I've got used to it.
Right.
Even in the right hand, I have got used to it. The menu system, there's a lot of stuff on it that I will never, ever, ever use. Literally never use. Mainly have it in wattage mode. The actual touchscreen works really well. I'm quite impressed for a touchscreen. On top of that, I've got the Cool Vapor. Now, bear 1 second. It's called the MGTK RDA. So, enjoying that. It's a semi-postless deck. And, yeah, thoroughly enjoying that. On that one, I've got IVG, and that is Strawberry Watermelon. So I've got on there. And last but not least, my mouth-to-lung jobby is the Pixie. Now, you've got this, haven't you, bro?
Yeah.
Have you got yours set up?
Yeah, mine's all set up. You see it.
What do you think to it?
I actually loved it. I don't mind it at all. I just don't like that wobbly tip.
The flavour that I'm getting off here is not the best.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
It feels 2014 to me.
All depends what you've got in it as well.
Well, I have got in that pod salt, the cigarette version. You know, that one. I thought I'd go for that. Nice little juice, got to admit. But in this, it's tasting a bit slightly muted.
Well, I've got the 50-50 from Dripax, which is the menthol in it. You know, I like my menthol, and that's not too, isn't too bad at all.
I love the actual mod itself. I mean, the stab wood's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really is. I've got the purpley kind of colour. But like you said, it's that top.
But if you look at the instructions, it looks like there should be another drip tip with it, doesn't it? You know, like a more like like a beveledy one, something like this that should be going over the top of it.
Yeah. So I'm wondering.
It shows that on the instructions, but it isn't there. I actually messaged him.
But yeah, it's such a. I mean, everything that lanyard that comes with it is an absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's leather. It's like a leather braided lanyard. It's really posh. But yeah.
Technically, the juice was pod salts in there. What Mark had.
Yeah, it's pod salt cigarette. It's called. It's 20 milligram. 20 milligram. I don't know if it'll show up there. It's a bit dark there. Yeah, got something. Well, got given these at Expo, and that's my buffet.
Fantastic! I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's joined us tonight. There's so many of you. It takes a while to get through and read it, all of you. Thank you very much for all the spanners who have joined us as well. And thank you very much for joining us this evening. Hopefully we're going to give you a show to remember. Kebab. What am I vaping on? I've got the Kilo. This is my bed pod. That's what I call it. I take it to bed with me. I love this pod. And I tell you what, I've been using the 20ml nicotine. And also I've got a pod with 50ml. I've been feeling my nic levels go up, Like 3 is not quite giving me enough. I'm going to have to watch what I'm doing. Where I can vape 0 and be fine. But, because I've been using these pods quite a lot, I can feel I'm wanting some nicotine. So I'm going to have to watch what I'm doing. So I've got the Kilo. I've also got the iStick. I'm going to say the rim. No, it's not the rim. It's the iStick Mix with the LO Pop tank on there. The review's coming out for that straight away after the show, so make sure you go and check it out. I'm loving the tank, but I'm not going to tell you a lot about that. It's got some of the Panther series by Dr. Salts. This is the Pink Panther. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm nearly out of it. Really do like it. I have got just got sent in this week. I've got the Archery Pal 2.
I'm supposed to be getting that. I'm still waiting. It's still in blooming. Where is it now? I think Manchester or somewhere like that.
It takes a while to get it. You know what it's like.
Can we go and pick it up?
Yeah, go and pick it up. I'm loving the doors on this, and I'll tell you what, I know what a lot of people might not like Tony B, but the flavour from this mark is absolutely corking. I've got some cherry bakewell in it. Really, really nice.
Meant to ask you, obviously that's the PAL V2, but is it the 2 dash whatever? Because on the original PAL, the doors were slightly different on the magnets.
Yeah, I think these are, I don't know, because obviously I didn't have that. I've only got this one. This one, it doesn't say anything about a dash. It just says the PAL.
Yeah.
PAL 2
What's the actual doors like?
Really nice.
No, the magnet-wise.
Yeah, it has got a little bit of a jankiness to it, like that. But, there's nothing when you shake it. But I'll tell you what, the flavour off it is absolutely cool.
Oh, yeah, they're good, yeah.
And I'm loving the fact you can change your coil, and the actual coil on it is got your airflow on it, so you can dial it in on there. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Really enjoying that. And like I said, I've got some double drips, cherry bakewell, 50-50, which is really nice. Then I've got a disposable tank, which is the Mate from Blitz. I did a joint review with Paul McCartney with that. And what I'm liking about this one, instead of them little bungs, it's actually got a top.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, where you just unscrew it. The only trouble is, it isn't adjustable airflow. Doesn't really bother me because I have it wide open, but it might bother some people. Best between 55 and 60 watts. Corky flavour off it. And I'm on the Vape Gearbox. I really do like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And in that, I have got some Leprechaun liquid, which is the Dry Ice Sapphire. Which has got a bit. It's a raspberry with the Parma Violets. Really enjoying that, and that's roughly me because I've been that busy today sorting reviews out and stuff. I've got loads of other bits and bobs. Have you got the new Rasper in, Mark?
Rasper? No.
Yeah, the Raptor.
Oh, the
stock coil.
It's not. Oh, I'm dropping everything here. The Horizon Tech EH Pro Raptor.
Which is, it just looks like a stock coil Kelpie, really.
Do you know something? Don't know. We're doing an unboxing.
Yeah. It's like a stock coil, Kelpie, that's what it looks like. It's got the same drip tip. It's not bad at all. Zebra. Did you see Chris's review on that? I don't think he liked the juice that he got.
Oh, this is the one with the weird packaging, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at the letter, it does show you where the actual proper packaging that you're going to get on it. But as far as it goes, it's quite nice. I've been using it, really nice. Not bad at all.
I haven't had a proper look at it. Weird tank.
Yeah, no, that's the 2 mil for the TPD. Once you take that off, there's another tank in there.
Well, let's take it off.
With the 2 mil.
With the 2 mil,
But yes, I don't know if anybody else has seen this. It does look like a Kelpie. It really does. Have you seen it?
Well, it's
Salford?
definitely the same drip tip.
It's got the same drip tip and it's got the same sort of look to it and airflow. Obviously, it's by EH Pro. They did talk to us at Expo about this.
Right.
Mama Vapes, big love.
So it's got the same sort of restriction then?
Yeah, it has. It just feels like a stock coil Kelpie. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know about you. Well, you haven't tried it, Mark, but yeah.
I haven't tried it. No, I've literally. This is the first time that. Why don't that screw on there? Well, that's what it's like. Oh, that's why it's a bit wonky.
Yeah. He's not screwed it in properly, have you? He's not screwed it in. I'm sure you're going to be able to have a good play with that, bro. Get it all set up and take it to work. Well, as we've said, everybody, Simon is not here this week. He's actually doing something for the theatre. His wife does a lot with the theatre, and he's doing the sound and the lighting. So obviously, we've got my wonderful brother here. Mark, I just want to touch a little bit on your new sort of venture that you've been doing, which is your podcast with BFG, who's in chat now. I think you're into about four weeks of the podcast.
We did last week. We are number 5.
Number 5. So how are you finding it? How's it? Have you had plenty of feedback on it?
Yeah, we've had a lot of feedback from it. It's different. We didn't want to go down the route like a vape show. It's sort of like a little bit of vaping at the beginning, but we have like topics each week. Basically, it's random topics. It's sort of like what we're into, so like from music, films, that kind of thing, hobbies. So it's a bit of a difference between sort of like doing a live show, even though we're basically talking like we are now with you two. But it does feel different. Also, you don't have to worry about lights, and you can be sat in your undies and no one will know. So yeah, really enjoying it. It's because obviously it's a podcast. The only thing that's missing is I want to add some tunes, halfway through, because it's just like a radio show. It's brilliant. Would
you be able to get away with adding music to it?
I suppose if I did a license and all that lot. So
yeah, you need a PSI license, innit? I've listened to a few of them, and I think also when BFG first did his first one, he was quite giddy because he's a funny bloke. Does quite a number of voices and stuff like that. I really do like him. But the last couple, it's sort of like he's getting into it, isn't he?
He really is getting into it. For somebody that's never done anything like this before, it's obviously very nervy. As soon as that camera goes on, because obviously even though, and you say we're recording, it's sort of like, it's that white coat nerves coming. So yeah, he's doing absolutely brilliant. I mean, once we get actually into talking and things like that, everything sort of like just flows like we would be normally talking. So yeah, it's a different media. And the reason why we went down this road was because obviously there's that many people doing live shows. Everyone's doing a live show. And we thought we'd like to do something a little bit different from what everybody else was doing. And we thought, well, Americans like podcasts, and they're big into podcasts. So I thought, why don't we do one instead? So just to give us a different outlet, and obviously going on to different platforms as well. So obviously it's on SoundCloud, it's on Google Play, it's on Spotify. So we're breaking away from the YouTube surroundings. So we're branching out. So it's good.
Does it cost you to go on to? Does it cost you to go on to? Spotify?
It costs us. Yeah, it costs us to. I forget how much it was. It wasn't expensive. But we had to pay to go onto SoundCloud.
Oh, that's good. So, just while we're talking about shows and different stuff, Nice Biscuit, over to Mr. Salford. You've had a little bit of a change around with everything. The Monday show's now not happening. You're still doing the Friday show, aren't you?
Yeah, still doing the Friday. Monday I had to give up something. There was too much. It was either Friday or Wednesday, and Wednesday was never going to go.
I'm glad you said that. We'd not be saying me, are you?
Yeah. So Monday I give up. I mean, I started the Monday show basically for people who were stuck at home like myself. You know, them are disabled or or at home for one reason or another. And I did it on the basis of doing sort of little bits of controversial stuff. That sort of run its course, and I was just overstretched, too overstretched. A lot of people forget is I'm severely disabled. I'm classed as severely disabled. Anything for me to do is a major effort. People see me sat here, they don't see anything else unless they actually know me. So something had to go because I suffer with chronic fatigue syndrome on top of everything else. So basically, I'm as tired when I wake up as I am when I go to bed.
Yeah.
So it just come to the point I needed to stop something, and that show unfortunately was the one that I picked. Friday night late on was where I started doing the lives anyway, so I was going to keep that. Which also, you've got to remember, some of my audience is in Australia, so that's early morning for them still on the Friday. You know, so I was always going to keep the Friday show. I was never going to get rid of this one, so the only option was Monday show gone. Plus, I'm doing everything here, as you can see. There's stuff missing. All this stuff's going to go.
Aren't you?
I'm going to change everything round. I've got black ones of these. I've had for at least 10 months that should be here in place of these. It's just the time to get it done. So everything's getting sorted, and also my Facebook group, I decided that to start, as I'm getting rid of stuff that's all right, it's good stuff, but I'll never use again. It's just taking space up in the cupboard. I decided I'll do giveaways on the Facebook group. Which empties out some of my cupboards of stuff that's only going to gather dust, and people can make use of it. So I've come up with them sort of things. It's not just to get, I could have done it on the YouTube channel, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to do it on the Facebook group for those that are pretty faithful on the Facebook group and on the channel as well. So
you've obviously got to be very careful now on YouTube as well with giveaways. I know there were a lot what Chris Empire was saying and Vic about you've got to be massively careful about giveaways. I think they're just clamping down on everything now, aren't they? Just touching back on about that Monday show. I totally understand why you've stopped doing it. It was a corking idea on an afternoon because I did used to watch myself if I were editing or if I were just watching YouTube. It is good for like you said, the people who might have disabilities who are at home on that sort of day. So it was a good show, but totally understand where you're coming from of the fact it's just too much. And then you're trying to do reviews as well.
3 shows a week plus the reviews, plus I don't have a carer, so I know it sounds stupid, but doing housework alone, doing cooking alone, it's all very tiring for me. And I know that sounds silly, but if anybody's got sort of the conditions I've got, I'd understand.
I totally understand.
Yeah. You got lupus, is it?
Yeah.
And that's not good.
No.
Yeah, and you do a 12-hour day as well as doing all the recording, editing.
Obviously, it suffers a little bit with, he's got depression as well, and also he's working 12 hours a week, and he's going through a hell of a lot with his...
my diabetes. That's ace, that.
Yeah, he has lots of fun with that.
I'm type 2 diabetic as well, asthmatic. I've got COPD. That's without all the musculoskeletal problems on top and everything.
It's a good job you're not a horse, isn't it?
I should have been dead. No, Mark, I'm not kidding. I should have been dead about 5-6 years ago.
So you're doing
because of everything that come on all at once. I can't have. I mean, people here are going to laugh. I can't have antihistamine. Antihistamine can kill me.
Oh, blooming out.
So this time of year, as I said before, I get a build up of histamine because I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. And that just makes me tired on top of the chronic fatigue already.
Been nodding off.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
That's going to be my next one. The only thing I haven't got is narcolepsy. I bet I've got that to come. I'll be in the middle of a sentence and go, boom.
We all think I've got that because I have it all the time. Mark come to my birthday once. I'd not even had a beer and we were watching England. And I'd had my dinner. And as soon as I seem to have my dinner, that's it. I'm off. Bang. And then I was doing my face.
I've got to admit, though, Aidan, Expo, you did really well. I am so proud of you. Normally, when we're coming back from Expo, we've roughly just got outside of Birmingham. We've got on the main straight coming home. By the time we get there, he's gone. He's he stayed awake all the way through the journey. I was well impressed with him.
Yeah, well, I actually made a conscious effort because normally I do fall asleep, and obviously Jan's at the back, and you're sat there, and you're sort of like on your own. So, but we talked all the way up there, and I were actually quite good. I was surprised all the way through the weekend how good I was.
And then
Ones have to use the cow prod.
And then Matchsticks marked up with him out, didn't they?
Did you?
But yeah, being tied continuously all the time, I'm going through it at the present moment. It's a horrible.
Yeah.
It really is horrible.
It is.
It doesn't matter how much sleep I have, no matter what. I can have 3 hours, I can have 5 hours, I can have 10 hours. When I wake up, I feel exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm the same. I wake up a lot in the night, just turning, because I'm constantly in pain. Just turning, if I twist on my spine or out like that, or my knees are terrible even though they've been replaced. It just wakes me up right away. You know, it's an awful thing that, you know, sometimes I might get 3 hours a night, sometimes I'll get 10 hours.
Yeah.
But I'll be waking up constantly within that every time I move.
It's funny because I wake up continuously. I roughly go to sleep for about 2 hours, then wake up. It might only be... Yeah. When I say wake up, it might be a case of I'm aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
If that's
yeah,
that's me. It's so like roughly about a 2 hour period. Then I wake up. A daft thing. I can't remember the last time I had a dream.
Right.
Oh, I dream, but I'm same as you. I'm up and down all the time, and my body has this thing of like I run in 5 hour stints. So I can probably get broken sleep for 5 hours, and then my body goes, right, you're awake now. You've got to start moving. Then 5 hours later, it'll go, we're back to bed now. Oh.
Yeah.
So apart from all our ailments and everything, all bad and whatever about us, let's maybe talk about something a little bit more controversial. There was a video put out by Chris Empire and a number of other people about the iJoy when they filled the tank up with Coca-Cola and vaped it. What a stupid thing to do. We had all the stuff, obviously, with that Ben Phillips, when he got the Voopoo and stuck some helium, whatever it was in there, liquid helium, and made his brother vape it. Another thing that we're having all this trouble, especially in America, about flavours, and also here, what we're going through, why are companies who are trying to sell stuff doing silly stunts like that?
It makes you wonder about the mentality of them to put something out like that, doesn't it?
I'd just like to say though that they have apologised. They've just apologised.
Yeah, they actually put it on his video, didn't they? Which is good. But they should have thought about it before it.
I just think that bypassed managerial or ethics that they had in there, isn't it? It must have done. It must have been a complete bypass of.
Well, they've put it out to the PR team, haven't they? The PR team have run with it, thinking it's funny, and not thought of the consequences coming back to them from it.
See, a lot of people do forget that China has a totally different outlook on things to the Western world, and they really do. It's like we see a lot of superhero mods and things like that. I think the new one that's out is the Stan, and it's basically Spider-Man. Yeah. You can't get away from it. He's Spider-Man.
It was an Expo, wasn't it?
And they don't think of copyright or copyright infringement and things like that. They actually believe that by doing things like that, it's a homage, it's actually respect to that genre. They don't actually think the way that we do. So you would think by now, for how long Chinese companies have been going, you would think that they would have someone maybe in this country that would understand the ethics behind what the decision making's going off. You know, pretty much like here in the UK, we had Marathon that got changed to Snickers and things like that. It was because of it meant another thing in another country.
Jif and Ziff, yeah.
Yeah. You would
but
think,
then they changed it to Sif, and that means a total different.
Well, yeah, but you would think they would do exactly the same here in China as well. But you'd think they'd have someone look, saying, no, you don't really want to be doing that because in this country.
Yeah.
See, it's another good point that the Vaping Scotsman has just said. They'll all slag Ijo off for a week and then it'll all be forgotten. I think that happened obviously with Vupu as well.
Yeah. It always does. It always does. It always happens.
Everybody has a very short memory. But there wasn't the first people to come out with a tank that was actually built for vaping drinks. I think another one come out. Was that by Samoan or somebody?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? That actually could.
It was built to actually vape drinks.
Yeah, which was never a good idea.
No, it's just absolutely stupid. It's just one of them things, again, that's going to just jump on the back of vaping, which we don't need at the minute.
Well, let's face it, you know for a fact that some Protect the Children group in America are going to download it straight away, irrespective of iJoy apologising or whatever. Yeah. And then in a court of law, when they're trying to prove that vaping's bad and everything, they'll show this. Look, this is what kids are doing.
Yeah.
And it just totally... Oh, it just makes a mockery of the whole thing. It really does. I mean, blooming heck. The vaping side of it is hard enough to say, look, we are upstanding, this is what we want to do, it's 95% safer, and then you get some idiots doing stuff like that. It's just, it just doesn't help the cause. Not one bit.
Not at all. Really
just
doesn't.
Touching on what you were just saying there about having somebody over in this country to actually check it out. Big love, Gaily Bops.
You knew exactly what that meant.
I knew, yeah. I knew, we aren't even looking to the chat. I knew exactly what that meant. And I'm glad. My next topic, I'm really glad that Gaily Bops is here because she'll be able to put some really good points about this. But just while we're touching on stuff, don't say that, Aidan. You know, you're on about having somebody over here. Now, obviously, we've just come back from the expo. Just a quick question: are you suffering from expo blues, bro?
No, I'm still pumped. I really am. I'm still so like...
Obviously, we went around a lot of the stands ourselves and we spoke to a lot of people. And this has probably been said loads of times on different shows. But you'd have thought that, you know, like if you're coming into a country that speaks English and you're wanting to put your product across the best way you can, not only to people like the reviewers and the public, but to people who are going to stock it in their actual stores, they would think they would actually speak to somebody and say, right, we need people to learn about our product, bring them on and speak English about what it's all about. Now, you've got a lot of Chinese there who didn't really speak English very well at all, and the people who could speak English, who was on stores like the pod stores, because there was loads, didn't know anything about the product. They was just brought in. Do you think, if instead of shipping all these people over, maybe just have one person and then the rest of them bring them in, talk to them about the product, and get so you can understand?
To me, it looked like they'd gone through all the workers and just asked who could speak English by what you're saying, you know.
I mean, you've also got to think, how many expos do they do in how many different countries?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's frustrating for us not understanding Chinese, which, is it Mandarin?
Well, it could be Mandarin or Cantonese.
Yeah.
But is it the British thing that we think that everybody should speak English?
It is, isn't it? I mean,
we expect everybody to be able to speak English.
But you did an ace thing, Aidan. You did an absolutely brilliant thing. You did it on your phone where you translated it. Yeah. I thought that was such a cool idea.
Yeah, but the best thing about it when I said, "Are you busy?" and I went and translated, she went, "Oh, busy? No, not been busy." And I thought, how come you... like, what? I totally understand what you're saying about this. Should everybody speak English? And you go into so many different countries. But you should have at least somebody there who can either translate or...
I mean, I was talking to Ceres Vapes and trying to get the conversation going was really, really hard because the girl that could actually speak a little bit of English had popped off and gone little girl's room or wherever, or gone for a coffee or something. He was on the stand on his own, poor lad, and he could not speak a word of English.
Right. Yeah. They need some sort of understanding, don't they, the countries that they're going to. You know
But then
what I
you've got the flip side of that one as well. You can go to a stand and they've got eye candy on there that they don't even vape.
Yeah.
So they've. I think that is worse than somebody that you're struggling. You can get away. You can communicate a little bit and roughly understand what they're saying, compared to somebody that's actually been brought in just literally for purely eye candy purposes. Trying to sell you a product, even from just juice. If they don't know about vaping and anything to do with vaping, it's wrong. You've got someone selling you a product or trying to sell you a product that they have no knowledge whatsoever, and I think that's even worse than having somebody that struggles with speaking English.
Well, for me, I mean, I'm not being racist or anything here. There's more Chinese in the world in more countries than out else. Why can't they employ people as interpreters for them countries and have the knowledgeable people at the stands and go through and interpreters?
I think that would be a corking idea, but I suppose it's like anything else. It's money, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all down to, let's face it, it's all down to money. You think about how much, for argument's sake, EH Pro. I know for a fact that EH Pro had 2 cargoes being shipped over from China because the first cargo container got through and the second container was still in customs. So you imagine how much shipping all their products over to the UK for at least one of them to get stuck in customs.
It did turn up on the second day, didn't it? But that's why they split it. The reason why they did split it was because obviously if one didn't get through, then obviously there's more chance of one of them out of 2 going to get through. That's what they did it for.
Well, you imagine how much an expo coming into this country costs a Chinese company.
Yeah.
I mean, blooming heck.
Well, we were at the award ceremony, and I think they were selling a small stand for £6,000. And you could win that, couldn't you? You could win the stand for £6,000. That's a hell of a lot of money before you've even done anything. Echo Aiden? He seems to come and go, the Echo.
He did. He just sounded like you had your head in a bucket for a little bit. That's all.
I think he might have gone. I think Jules made a good point as well. A lot of the eye candy were smokers. They're all outside smoking.
I've seen it many a time at expos where you're walking in to go in, and you've got the Chinese guys and girls, and they're on cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, in China, smoking is more prevalent than vaping is.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot more prevalent. I mean, it's when we think of vaping, we think how we are, but you go somewhere like China and things like that, smoking is the dominant thing there, and it's more frowned upon vaping.
Cigarettes are so cheap there, aren't they? And it's a sort of the national pastime is to be a smoker. Well, on Lick himself, he still smokes. He still has a cigarette every now and then. The creator of the modern day electronic cigarette. His excuse is he does it to check the flavour.
Ooh-wee.
So, on to my next subject, which is a little bit controversial, this is. And we have got the girls in chat as well. I actually think it was the interrogation, not the Sav show. That I can't remember the lady's name who came in. She was basically saying that when you get a group of men all together, that they find that we can be a little bit derogative, is that the right word, to other like lady vapors. We do get a little bit maybe mucky, or the way we say things on live on chat. Have you two ever felt that sometimes maybe we go over the top for maybe the lady side of it, if you understand?
I think that's just a male thing, isn't it? I think, to be honest, I think that's. I mean, I haven't done myself because I've never been around a load of ladies just like that. But I think it's a male thing, isn't it? We sort of hit the bottom, don't we? With things, with remarks and crap like that. You know, we think we're being funny, and we're not.
I don't know. I think.
We go into innuendo mode. Come on.
I mean, it is. It's all very carry on.
Yeah.
Type.
Innuendo.
I would never ever intentionally disrespect anybody, male or female. Yeah, we'll have a 8-year-old round the back of the bike shed giggle type of thing. I mean, blooming out, and we all, let's face it, when all a bunch of lads get together, I mean, blooming out, we end up being like we're at playground at times. I mean, blooming out, especially the language as well. I've known my little brother ever since he was born and ever since he's been doing live shows, and I don't think I've ever known you ever to really swear. You say the odd words late at night. But no, I'm on about when last at Summer Vapes on my show, when I've been on here. You're not rude, as in offensively rude. Yes, we will have a giggle and a little bit of titillation, like I did right at the beginning of this show. But it's nothing that you get a bunch of girls together and they can be just as
bad, yeah.
Yeah. I think both male and female can be quite as smutty as each other, quite happily. But being rude to a female reviewer in a not a very nice way, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it.
No, I haven't.
I think you hit the nail on the head is that we do get a little bit like Carry On filmy.
Yeah,
which probably nowadays you wouldn't be able to get them films out there. Like if you go back to the last of the Summer Vape days, they actually had to move us because it was getting sort of that way on. We started off at 6 o'clock at night, didn't we? And they had to move us to a bit later slot.
A bit later.
But yeah, I'm the same as you and same as Alfred. I'd never want to be derogative to anybody, male or female. But I think maybe the lady had a point. It may come across like that way, but I don't think any caster or anybody. And obviously, I watch the bitches, and they can be just as funny as we can be. You know what I mean?
I mean, blooming out, let's face it, I think every show on the UK that I've ever seen, it's very light-hearted.
Yeah.
Chuckle. I mean, blooming out. I mean, I don't think anyone is that I know of. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but any show that I've ever been on, and when we were in the Vape UK network, the shows that I watched on there, no one was ever rude because there was a female. I've never known it. If anything, we actually bring them in, if anything else. Because let's face it, there are always going to be more male vape reviewers than there are female reviewers. If you look at your stats on your YouTube channel, and I bet most of you will find this, the majority of people that actually watch you are males.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I don't know whether it's because we're geeky and we like fiddling with little things. I don't know what it is, but
quite a lot of us do that.
But it is the vape industry is for no reason. It is very male orientated. It's just one of them things. I wish more women didn't watch me.
I think there's more women coming into it though, isn't there? You've got to look at our chat. There's quite a number of like Nita's in there, Jules Man Vapes, Gail, Colette as well. There's a lot of them that are around and watch it all. And obviously you've got the bitches, you've got Wendy, you've got what's the name with Grim Green.
Ruby
Roo. There's lots of really good female reviewers out there.
Yeah.
A show that I've started watching, a live show, is the what they're called in that. That's What She Said, and it's an all cast American, all cast girls, and that is a corking show.
Was it something called She Says or something like that?
Yeah, What She Says. It's literally on after Grim Green's live show on a Thursday. And yep, that is absolutely corking, that show. It really is. And there's 4 girls. You've got what's her name? Who does the Drip Tips DHD Drip Tips? Yep. You've got the girl that also is part of Cassard, and you've got another lass, and obviously Ruby. And yeah, they talk about silly things like we do on a more male casting. But yeah, they're great. Really is.
And obviously we've got our own UK show, which is absolutely fantastic, which is the Bitches on a Friday. Make sure you go and check them out. which I'm sure that everybody does.
I mean, let's face it, the bitches have been running now for how long?
3 years, I think. Just over 3
Yeah,
years.
maybe more.
Maybe
And
more.
that's a corking show.
Yeah.
Absolutely corking.
And obviously, Gail and Vapor Bunny have been a mainstay of that show, and obviously they're doing it on their own for a while. But it's never a boring show. It's you're always going to get entertained in that show, and they do mix it up really, really well, don't they? And they know the stuff as well.
And let's face it, let's be right. They can be as carry-on camping as much as we can, and they really do go for it sometimes. So yeah, it's that beautiful. A bunch of girls getting together. It's like us. It's a bunch of lads getting together. So I don't think either party that I've ever seen have been rude to either male or female.
I think the use of innuendos to break it up and bring a bit of comedy into it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but I've never actually seen somebody just be really derogatory to somebody.
No,
not at all. Obviously, we've stood outside with Vapor Bunny and Gail plenty of times, and had a vape and a good.
That is absolute hysterics. Yeah. Absolute hysterics, especially Gail and Bunny. Oh, Bunny's so funny.
Cheers, yeah. They both are, and I think that's the thing of when you all get together, it's fantastic and it's a good giggle, and it was just the lady how she put it, and it's not that you're trying to be derogative or anything. You don't want to upset anybody. You know what I mean?
I think the problem nowadays, I don't care if it's male or female. Jeeps, there's so many people that are offended.
Everybody's offended about something.
It's so like, Jeeps, you can't fart in the wind without someone. Oh, I was offended. It's so like, come on.
Yeah,
everybody
we're getting a bit of a wimpy society, aren't we? That everything offends us. No matter what's done, there's always somebody.
Let's face it, we grew up with Family Guy and Simpsons, and we're offended. It's like, come on.
Well, we didn't really grow up with them. We were already grown up. If we need to go back to...
I've never grown up. I've never grown up.
Well, let's just connect that. We're male.
Yeah.
We never grow up.
I'm proud of it.
There's plenty of women out there that are exactly the same. There you go. You just set that one off now, aren't you?
I mean, let's face it. I mean, we're of an age now. I mean, half the programs that we used to watch as children, you could not show them on television nowadays.
No, not at all.
Oh, no.
You could not
just like Gaily Bops. Jules is fighting there for the women as well. She's doing a fantastic job on her channel.
Benny Hill chasing women around and what have you. No chance of that sort of stuff being on TV anymore.
And talking about Jules, what a woman she is. I think her shows are absolutely brilliant. For a woman, especially, to do a show on your own and captivate the chat like she does, I think, honestly, hats off to her. Really do.
No, it's always a good show. Always a good show. I did apologise to her because I went a little bit over. I was supposed to just do like a 10-minute, juice review with that chicken tikka. If you've not seen me boke into the chicken tikka, go and check out in the playlist. It's somewhere there. It's getting passed over to SOULOHM. It did come from Paul, Vape Don't Smoke and Stu. It's not the nicest of juice, but when I first went on to start, I've been recording and my mic wasn't working, so I had to start again. So yeah, I do apologise for crossing over.
Though, Aiden, I don't like curry at the best of times.
Mate, I watched it back and I was ready for boking. You know when you talk yourself out of being sick?
I could see it, yeah.
Wait a minute. You talked yourself into being sick before you tried it?
Probably. It was terrible.
No.
It's a definite no.
I mean, the problem with me and Juice, my face can't lie.
Do you know we've actually Torrell Holman's actually in the chat who actually put the comment. I who made the comment regarding speaking about women. It wasn't a knock on humour or innuendo, but
right.
Oh, it's that but.
Yeah, it's that but. I wasn't obviously saying anything bad about your comment or anything like that. It was just a question. Do we think that we sometimes maybe go over the top? And I didn't know if that's what you actually meant, and that's why I brought it to the floor. But yeah, Yeah, the Chiquitica juice was not nice at all. And you've got that to come, Mark.
Thank you.
I bet you can't wait. I don't know who's getting it after you. We'll have to sort that all out. Well, it's getting to
I
that
still haven't recovered from that mountain. Oh, what were it called? Mountain
Badger's
vape.
piss.
And that was, what was it? Tobacco and honey. Oh, and that smelled like a wet, soggy dog in a man's urinal. That.
Oh, I had a VU. I can say it now because it's over a few years now. I had the VU9 range tobacco. Now, some of the VU9 range was actually really nice. I liked the Vimto and things like that, but the tobacco was absolutely terrible. It was like fags in an ashtray.
Old ashtray, yeah.
Yeah, you know that water when it's been in it. Oh, that was just terrible.
Yeah, that's a problem with quite a lot of the concentrates. A lot of the tobacco concentrates are cheap at the end of them. They smell like that, a dirty ashtray.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Just the smell alone, that, without vaping it.
Well, we are getting to that witching hour at the end. I think we've got. I think Torrell's put. I think it's Torrell. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. Where has it gone? Because some of the American panel shows have some right nasty effers on. Some who say that if women send a new pic to one man, she should get it spread. Well, it's not something that we would say that. Obviously, I can't really comment really on the American sort of side of it, but it's not something really I would say. I don't think I don't like that.
It's not something that I get.
Yeah, I think my wife would probably give me a slap round the face as well.
Yeah.
It's not something you should say on a show, things like that. It's
No. There's no need for it. There's just no need for it.
I don't understand what that's got to do with vaping anyway. I know we go off the subject plenty of times about vaping and stuff like that, but no, it's not something I'd like any of us UK shows to be doing.
No.
So then, we've got 5 minutes till the end. Mark, what have you got coming up this week to review?
I've done. Finished.
Okay, what's coming up next week?
Next week, I have got the Minikin V3 coming up. I've also got the glass aromerizer, big jobby.
The aromerizer, or you've still got the
big.
It's not the aromerizer, it's the Glass 2 RTA.
That's it, Glass 2 RTA. Do I even vape? I even vape? So I've got that coming up. I've also got the Omi, I always forget this one as well, the Flash VT1 coming up. I've also got that Pixie coming up. I've also got 2 more start kits that are in for testing, so it depends on which I think I'm comfortable with next. So it's going to be a bit of a lapse week next week, because obviously we've got Bank Holiday Monday, so I'll probably just get the normal 2 reviews out next week, and obviously the live show on a Thursday. So
yep, and we can find that on his channel, which is SOULOHMReviews.com. And
don't forget, on Monday we will be doing the podcast Tales from the as well. So
on Monday, not on Sunday.
Because I'm away.
Are you away, are you?
I'm away, yes.
Where are you going?
Lancaster.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I can't come to that then. It's not fair. You should take your little brother everywhere.
That's what my mum used to say.
Well, you didn't like it when you leave him at the park, does you?
No, Mark never left me. It was my sister who used to leave me. She just dumped me somewhere. I remember once getting told by Wurzel Gummidge to F off. I went to a show where Wurzel Gummidge was. She'd sodded off, and I went, well, where's she gone? I can't sod off, he said, pointing at me with his little stick fingers.
He knew.
I always like Catweasel better anyway. So, Mr. Salford, what have you got coming up on your channel this evening?
Well, I've got nothing done, but what I have got coming up is the Kelpie, the Bombers. I've got another Yummer Puff I need to get out of the way. They're the 3 most important things at the moment. I've got that to put on test, the new 88 Vape pod system, which of course come out in November under a different name, but they've got the license to it, so they could rename it. I've got that to start testing. Just basically what I've had on testing over the last couple of days. I'll be getting out of the way. and I'll be getting some of the backlog done as well. You know, especially things like I keep on saying every week, stuff from November.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm still doing that. Jules Mama Vapes, I don't think I actually got a charger in mine either. She's talking about in the Pixie, Mark. Did you get a charger? I don't think I got a charger in mine either. When I had a look. So you're trying to get rid of that backlog, and I know you've been ever so busy with sorting the channel out and all the bits and bobs that's been there.
I've got the Voopoo 2 that I bought in cheap that I need to do. I've got the Shogun kit with a katana to do. I've got the Captain Diamond kit to do. So I've got plenty to go at, and I want to get some of my retro reviews done and some of my clone reviews, but they'll be going up on VapeTube. So I've got that sort of stuff. That's why I'm doing all this sorting now and getting things sorted out and out of the way. So I've got plenty to do. I've just got to get everything sorted out here and kick my ass into gear and actually get on and do it. You know.
It's the way. Well, tonight, just coming after the show, probably about half an hour after the show, I've got the iStick mix with the ELO tank. Make sure you check that out. Tomorrow, I have got the wonderfully named iStick Rim with the mellow tank. That's going to be fun to not be laughing all the way through that. I've got the Glaz RDSA. That'll be coming out this week as well. Plus I think it's the Phantom. And then we're on to the sort of like a tank week next week of stock coils. I've got the King, I've got the Raptor, and I've also then got the Aromarizer to do as well, and also the Diesel. So it's going to be like sort of a tank week next week. So yes, we're quite busy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much for all joining us. Mark, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Bye-bye. Just want to say thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, little bro. As always, Salford, it's always ace being on with you, kiddo. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it last time as well. So, yeah, thank you very much. Just want to say a big thank you to all in chat. Been really nice seeing your comments. And obviously say hello to your spanners as well. So, yep, thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Just before we leave, Salford, we know what it is. Let me just stick your beautiful face, your quote of the week.
It wasn't that, but we'll do one.
Oh, it's Salford's quote of the week.
Yeah. Shall I go get the wig?
Yeah, go and get the wig. What is your quote of the week?
Right, well, you'll like this. Oh, she's so gorgeous. She's come on me, we're screen. Oh, would I? Right, a man wrapped up in himself makes a very small parcel. And that goes to a lot of people who are too wrapped up in themselves at the moment and not thinking about the people around them.
That is Salford's quote of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to say your goodbyes?
I would, yeah. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Matt. Goodbye. No. Guys, without you in chat, as always, we do not have a show. Thank you for coming across. It was a bit short notice getting it out there to everybody, but I'm so glad that you all come across because I wasn't sure myself at one point. Massive thank you for Mark coming on today. Really love being on with Mark, I really do. And we had a real good giggle just before the show started. So if you've seen us like that at first, that was. I'm not going to go into it. And you know, Mark's such a lovely man. But I've changed my opinion tonight. And of course, we don't have a show without the guy who keeps it going. Yo, big bro. Aidan is such a lovely chap. He really is. You know, and what can I say? You just got to get him to get on the. Just don't listen. Just got to get him to get on the channel a bit quicker. You know, so I know what is going on. So you didn't hear that, did you?
No, I didn't hear a thing.
You know I love you really. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you two guys. You stars, Perry.
As normal people, every one of you in chat are our family. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you loads. Thank you very much to all the spanners. Big shout out to Hip Hop Juice as well. Just seen you come in. Thank you so much to all our spanners for looking after us and making sure we're all right. All of a sudden, Nightbot's turned up as well. I don't know where that's come from. But big love to all of you. We will be back, the full crew, next week with Mr. Coyley. We have missed you, brother. We can't wait to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been another show of Little Bro Vapes, the Salford Vapor, and my lovely brother, Coyley's about somewhere. We will see you again at same time, same bat channel next week. Thank you very much, and good night, sir.
Bye.
Flaps.
Dirty burger.
It's a bullbag beanie.
You.